in India, all right, some star or something. And they were supposed to do my whole homecoming. You know, we had multiple conversations in December leading up to my homecoming where I was planning it with them. I had big plans. They had big plans. They promised so many things. We were all so excited, you know. But the date of my homecoming kept coming closer and closer. And there was nothing was materializing, you know. And up until the moment I landed in the airport in Delhi for the homecoming, these people, the new organization, hadn't even taken permission from the airport authorities to host my homecoming there. Like, can you imagine? My plane has landed, I'm coming out, there's no permission. I'm blessed that my dad, he was there, he handled everything. He called his own contacts, you know, the marshals in the airport, or I don't know what, but he got at the last minute the permission for us to have the homecoming there. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let anybody stop in the airport. They wouldn't have let the crowds in. They wouldn't have let the band or the, you know, the pundits who were doing the prayer, the roses, the flowers, everything, the red carpet. None of that would have been allowed. And he did it last minute all on his own with no support. Same for my Jalandhar homecoming. My dad had planned this amazing, like, a parade with like circus performances and like media, news, everything. Like, he arranged it himself. Neither did Miss Grand International do it, nor did the new national organization do it, you know. They just came, they took their photographs, they posted everything first with their watermark on it of my event, my homecoming. They took credit for everything and then they left. In fact, they left in the middle of my press conference here because they had their content, they didn't need anything. They literally left in the middle. So, and now they're using my photograph everywhere to promote their event, and they didn't do anything for me, you know? Like, I was left completely alone. I couldn't work with the people I had a legal contract with Glamanand, and because MGI and the new people wouldn't allow it, and I couldn't work without Glamanand either because that's who I have a contract with. So I'm literally stuck over here. And when I'm in India, like, there's nothing I can do because of these issues and just constant threatening messages from MGI saying we'll take your crown away. I had to let go of so many opportunities, big interviews by like I don't even know if I can say. I had to let go of a lot of really, really big opportunities simply because I wasn't allowed to take them. I couldn't because I was stuck. And so all the comments that are like calling me jobless and like saying, you know, why is she not doing anything? Why is she not posting? Why is she not updating? Why are there no appearances? Literally because I wasn't allowed to. And can you imagine how difficult and stressful it was for me? Because when you win, you expect your life to change overnight. That's what I expected. You expect that everything is going to be perfect and you're going to get all these opportunities and offers and it's all going to work out. But that's not the case. That is not the case at all. And I had to struggle and fight, and I had to sit home and do nothing because I had to say no to everything that was offered to me in India. So whatever duties were given to me by MGI, I did all of them. I was at every event. I did everything. I did not work outside of them at all. All right. At most, I would do one or two unpaid things because, like, I'm not getting paid, so I'm allowed to do it, you know. But other than that, I would just do nothing. And this was like the hardest thing of all, hard to explain to all of you. Like, it feels like such a weight off my shoulders now to be able to tell you this, honestly. I was so excited to travel. Also, you know, their favorite sentence to use is more than 20 countries. You're going to travel to more than 20 countries. What traveling? Like, I'm sorry, but it's May. It's May. I've been queen for 7 months, all right? And I have traveled to one country with MGI, just one. That's the Czech Republic. That's it. I mean, these like girls go into this. I went into this thinking, hey, I'm gonna get the opportunity to travel around the world, to be an ambassador, to do this, that. That's what they used to advertise themselves, right? But look at it, it's May, it's been 7 months. I have a few months left of my reign and there's no traveling. And yeah, they've said that there's maybe some countries coming up, but how am I supposed to do it when I know that A, I'm not protected, and B, like, I don't know that anything is final, and C, I have to pay so much like on my own when I'm there, you know? And it's such an unsupportive environment. And I feel really bad because I was supposed to be in Guatemala right now. The national directors of Guatemala had invited me there, and I feel bad that I wasn't able to go. But I had been talking to Miss Grand International. I had been talking to them before, and I told them that, I'm facing all these issues, and please resolve these issues for me. Otherwise, I won't be able to go to Guatemala. Like, I said that. I was very clear on that, And all I got in response was aggressive threats. That's it. They said, we're going to go to the police. We're going to do this, that. We're filing a case against you. And all I wanted was for them to say, you know what, Rachel, I'm sorry you're having a difficult time. We're going to look into it and we're going to make sure you don't have any problems. That's it. Like, I've done everything that was asked of me. All I needed is a little bit of support, a little bit of knowing that I'm not in this alone and that the organization is with me. But they're not. They only care about making their money. I know that Nawat publicly blamed my passport, for me not traveling a couple months ago. He said that Rachel's not traveling because she has issues with her passport and she's applying for lots of visas, Like, that's not true. Okay, I understand an Indian passport might not be the strongest in the world, so it's easy to blame, but me personally, I have 10-year visas for the US, UK, Canada, all right, which basically grants me access almost everywhere in the world. And I applied for my Schengen visa the day they told me to. I applied and I got my Schengen visa for 3 months within like 6 days. So that's not the reason I wasn't traveling for so many months, is because I'm struggling with my passport. It's because there were no travel opportunities for me. And another reason I hear a lot is people think that Rachel can't travel on her own. I would be more than happy to travel on my own if they present the opportunity to me. But they didn't. And I've been here, I've been ready to work, ready to be queen, ready to actually have the reign that was promised to me. But I'm not being offered those opportunities. I've only been to one country. That is so shameful and embarrassing. And even that trip, I will never forget my trip to the Czech Republic, because